In Nevada, a sexual assault occurs every 2 minutes. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18. In the United States, 3 to 4 children die every day from child abuse or neglect. And in Clark County, over 8,000 children will be abused or neglected. As the outreach educator, I'm basically involved in going out into the community, providing information, intervention, education to everyone involved in the community, whether it's just local individuals wanting more information, going into the schools to present information to students about child sexual abuse, teen dating violence, neglect, domestic violence, looking for treatment, ways to help someone who's been a victim, what to do if you are a victim, the benefits of counseling. Basically anyone who wants information, additional information about child abuse, neglect, domestic violence, sexual abuse, sexual assault, that's what I do. Every year, more than 500,000 women are victims of intimate partner violence. Last year, Family and Child Treatment of Southern Nevada helped more than 3,000 children and their families heal from the trauma of abuse and neglect. Serving Southern Nevada since 1984, Family and Child Treatment is the only nonprofit therapeutic treatment center dedicated to providing intervention and counseling for children, adults, and families whose lives have been affected by abuse or violence.
The kids that have been abused, they have a really hard time trusting, so the treatment, they might be a little bit more resistant in the beginning.
We also see a lot of them, maybe they come because they have angry outbursts and things like that, which all have to kind of do with them protecting themselves. Some of them are even maybe suffering from flashbacks of the abuse. Some don't really want to face the abuse, and just a lot of guardedness and maybe some acting out behaviors. And obviously a lot of them turn to substance abuse to kind of cope with everything that's gone on with them.
Every single client that I worked with, from my youngest client was a 4-year-old male, and my oldest client was like a 65-year-old woman. So from that young age all the way up, and this was entire families. I had husbands and wives who were living together with several of their children that I was seeing them as a family, and every member, including the husband, had been sexually abused at one point or another.
FACT prides itself on being a leader in the development and implementation of educational programs designed to prevent the cycle of child abuse and neglect. I firmly believe that child abuse, child sexual abuse, sexual assault, domestic violence, neglect, those are everyone's problem. Silence won't protect us. People are afraid to talk. People are afraid to mention the elephant in the room, because then it becomes real. Because then we realize that there are children and adults hurting who need our help.
For us, getting these kids where they're at and letting them know, we accept you for who you are, and let's work on what we can do to prevent this in the future. So I think the prevention for us starts right then and there, rather than trying to go back and backtrack. It's right then and there. What can we teach them? How can we educate them? What can we provide them in order to stop that abuse from occurring in the future?
And I think awareness also, because a lot of the kids, if they're coming from abusive backgrounds, may think that's normal. And then when they have their own relationships, be that dating their peers or their friendships or things like that, they might kind of fall into that again, because they don't realize that that's not a healthy relationship or that's not beneficial for them. And so again, it's just letting them know, this is what's healthy, this is what can be harmful to you, and kind of how they can build on themselves and have a better future for themselves and the relationships that they have as well.
As a member of our community, you can assist Family and Child Treatment in breaking the cycle of abuse. We rely on the generosity of individuals and corporations to sustain and expand our programs through donations and charitable events. As our community grows, so does our need for services. All of FACT's services are available on a sliding fee scale, and no client is ever turned away due to inability to pay. With your continued support, Family and Child Treatment's doors and hearts will always remain open.